Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mike's Classic Pinball. I, believe it or not, am still Mike. If that is to ever change, I promise you'll be the second to know. Well, maybe not the second, but you're on the list. We are on our way to work this morning, and I'm in my car, and so sorry if it's a little bouncy, but I wanted to put a video together real quick, just in shortage of time. As you guys know, me being an aspiring YouTuber, I've been trying to maintain a consistent filming and upload schedule, and as those of you guys know who watch me, I'll usually film over the weekend, which is coming up soon here, and then film throughout the weekend, and then put a video together on Monday and or Tuesday and send it out to everybody. I'm here to let you know that there's probably not going to be a video this next week, and I apologize for that now. I am still going to be working on machines somewhat this weekend, but a large part of what I'm doing this weekend is waiting on parts, and then just some very small little bugs that I'm trying to work out on a couple of things. But most of what I'm doing this weekend will involve waiting for parts. So that's reason number one. But I'll get into that in a second. Reason number two is I have another engagement that I am alarmingly behind schedule on, and I really need to catch up. This is for some of my fellow Star Trek fans. Some of you know that I am a lifelong, die-hard Star Trek fan. And there is an absolutely brilliant fan-produced audio production online called Starship Excelsior that follows the crew of the USS Excelsior NCC 2000C. And it is a wonderful production. They've been going for many, many years. And just earlier this year launched season 6. Now, I have actually been with the team for about a year now. I am on the post-production audio engineering and editing team. I'm one of the team that actually puts episodes together and makes them sound good. And we are working on an episode right now that we're a little behind schedule on. But one of the things that we're doing is we're trying to use new techniques, new really cool, exciting techniques in the audio production. And it's been causing a couple of hiccups, but it's turning out really exciting. I don't want to dive into a whole lot of that, but I do want to recommend the show to you if you're a Star Trek fan, or even if you're not a Star Trek fan, give it a listen. Link will be down below. And my thanks to James and Jim and all of the team, that of which there are many, many, many of them, for allowing me to be a part of this. I'm very excited and happy to be a part of it, and I've been very much enjoying myself. But we have some interesting challenges, and I really need to get a draft out this week. This weekend, I need to get a draft so that I don't completely balls up production. So that's what a lot of my time this weekend is going to be dedicated to, and then I'll be back to the games throughout the week. Now, update on where the games are at. Let's go through the list real quick. Piccadilly. Now, Piccadilly is, as you know, pretty much done. I've finished the playfield. It's looking really nice. The game works great. What I am working on right now with it is reassembly of the playfield, but I needed to get pop bumper skirts, 3 different colors, a bunch of each of them. And tracking those down were kind of interesting, but I did find some from Pinball Resource, and so I'm just waiting for those to arrive along with some door locks. Then I'm just going to be doing some cleaning on the cabinet, and that game will be ready to go. Just a little bit of spit and polish, and that game's going to be all set. Now, Super Shuffle Alley, the 49 Shuffle Bowler. The game is working, and it's working great except for one little bug. What's happening is when you start a game, the strikes and spares stepper unit fires over and over and over and over and over and over, and it doesn't stop. Now, I've been able to trace back where the problem is and what the problem is, but I just need to fix it. What it is, and I've had to do this without schematics, without any kind of help, because there's so few of these games out there, nobody really has reference for it. But what it is each of the stepper units, there's stepper units in the back. There is, over here, there's the stepper unit that does strikes and spares. Next to that is the 1 through 9s. Next to that is the 10 through 300 unit, and then below that one is the frame unit. Now, when you start a game, there are different switches on each of those that trigger the other one, and I've had to go through and try and find the path to what they take. And what's happening is that the 1 to 9 is not firing itself into the 0 position. If I manually increment it to 0, then the game finishes resetting and is ready to play. So I've been through that, and I've traced it down to either a switch on the 0 to 300s unit is not firing that, or it's a break in the reset relay. That's kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to go through and check all of that. Now, I know the coil is good and I know the stepper is good, because when the game is running, it does fire and it scores. So I know that the unit does fire, but it won't reset. So it's obviously something in the reset sequence that is either broken, a line break, a short, or a bad connection somewhere. So I'm checking all of that, and then I'm just gonna, this weekend, mostly do some gluing and screwing to get that done. And then we can finish a few little bit of cosmetics, finish the front door, and clean that game, and that will be ready to go. Now, the third game is the Valley Champ, that you guys know has been a really interesting pain in my side. We have made a lot of progress on that game, and this last week, Larry, who the game belongs to, brought the back glass, brought rubber kit, brought inserts, and all of this lovely cosmetic stuff. And as you guys know, on my 1 to 4 player unit, we had some burnt traces. Now, I've been able to get that to kind of work, but my jumps are not fantastic. And I've also tried the copper tape method. It works very, very well. But somebody on Facebook, one of my new friends on Facebook, actually found the plate and is sending it to me. I've paid him, and he has put it in the mail, and it's on its way to me. So I would rather just put that in there. I know it's a lot of work to switch a plate out, but I'd rather just have a fully functioning plate in there. Once that's in there, by all accounts, the game should be working. The last bit with that is just try and find out why the back box illumination does not work. So I'm pretty convinced there is a Jones plug issue. Now, I know that the fuse is good, and I know the line running from the fuses to, or from that particular fuse to the Jones plug in the back has power, but for some odd reason it's not getting up there. So I think there's a break in the Jones plug somewhere. So I'm going to go through and test that. But as you guys know, Jones plugs is such a nightmare to deal with sometimes. So that's where I'm at on Champ, and so I'm going to work on that. The back box GI this weekend. That's the major part, and then that will be operational and running quite nicely, actually. Then I just have a few tweaks to the playfield mechanics, and then we can do the cleanup and polish and make it look really good, because the cabinet got repainted before that came to me. I do have to do some repainting on the head because I've had to rebuild the head, and then we'll be good to go with that, and that's going to be really nice. And so that will be those projects out the door. And then I have a lead on some new projects that will be coming, but I want to get these 3 out the door. And my goal is I would like to get these 3 out the door this month. That would be sweet, because I'm so close on all 3. It's just these little bits I need to do. And as you guys know, I mean, I work 10, 12, 13 hours a day, every day, and my weekends are pretty precious, but things are getting more and more filled up on the weekend. So next weekend we'll be back to regular, and hopefully I'll have a lot to show you. But this weekend I am going to be working mostly on Star Trek. So please go ahead and check that out. Give it a listen down in the description, and let me know what you think. This upcoming episode is actually kind of cool for me too, because I have a line. I've been with the team long enough. They have gifted me a line. Granted, it's 2 words, but I'll take it. So yeah, it's just such a pleasure to be a part of this production. So that's where we'll be at. So thank you, everybody, for listening to me for a few I'm sorry I don't have a lot for you this weekend, but I hope you guys have a wonderful week this next week. And as we come up on the Thanksgiving holiday, please, be aware of that you're thankful for and the friends that you have around you. I'm grateful that I have you, and I hope to see you guys all next week. So thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you guys soon.